All right, let's take you back to that conversation, and it is the subject of the breaking story you see on the side of your screen. 31 suspected illegal miners found dead at a mine in the Free State. Let's speak now to Thapelo Mabote. He is the spokesperson for Lesotho's Prime Minister. Mr. Mabote, thank you very much for your time. Let's first get your reaction to this story of 31 illegal miners, majority of whom are suspected to come from your country. Is your country knowledgeable about the goings-on at this mine?
Thank you very much for this opportunity. Indeed, it's a very sad moment, and a sad moment for the families of the lost one or the dead one, who unfortunately went illegally to the Republic of South Africa. Anyway, doing something that really destabilized the relationships between the two countries. Something illegal that the two governments have been in talks about illegal Basotho usually goes to South Africa and stay there, and some we understand they commit crimes within South Africa. The two governments have been in talks with them, but regarding these 31 miners that had now taken their dead within the tunnel at the area of Welkom or Harmony mines, who went there illegally. The government of Lesotho really doesn't support illegal miners or illegal activities that are taking place in South Africa by Lesotho. The government is trying so much to retract from that and also advise Lesotho and teach them to adhere to all the regulations of the visiting country. And it's so unfortunate that these miners went there and now they are late. And by so doing, the government took the legal way and the good practice of two countries, followed the route of making a request and a plea to the mine and the Republic, the South African government, that can you assist? Now we have these 31 bodies underground there illegally. Not that the government is supporting the illegal activities, but culturally and otherwise, can we take these bodies back home now that they are dead? Can we get the support from the South African government, or what is it that we can do to join hands together and bring them back home? But if that doesn't assist, can you allow us still not tolerating and supporting the illegal miners, but to exhume the bodies underground and bring them back to their families? And now the families have made a special request to the Prime Minister. Can you help us get the bodies of those brothers who went there, or those siblings that went there illegal? We know that illegally, and the government doesn't support that. Yeah. But the government decided to take the legal route of talking to the relevant ministries instead of going there on their own, which is illegal, but wanted to notify the South African government and the mining industry that we are having this problem. Can we at least come together and have a common ground and by exhuming those bodies?
Mr. Mabote, you've said a mouthful. Let's just take it one step at a time. So what I'm getting from you very clearly, it is that this was reported to your government by the people who are involved in illegal mining in South Africa. Your government sought through legal means to try and have the people brought to surface so that the families can bury their loved ones. But here is the problem. Here's a problem, Mr. Mabote. The Minister of Mines in South Africa has taken umbrage. Basically, he's unhappy with what he says was an instruction from his colleague in Lesotho to say, can you allow the very same illegal miners to go down this mine that is full of methane gas in order to retrieve the people who have sadly lost their lives? Did that happen?
No instruction was given to anyone, or anyone in South Africa, either minister or any authority. But the plea was made that can we at least come together and see how we can exhume those bodies from the ground. Can you assist the mining industry, or can the government come to play? The South African government and the Lesotho government join hands together in exhuming the mine. But those are the talks that if you are making a request to the government, then it doesn't mean you're instructing. I don't think there was an instruction to the government or the minister here. The only thing that had taken place is to say, can you allow us, can we join hands together and exhume those bodies, and the families come bury the families. No one should run a loss here. Yeah. Not South African should be a loss, not the mining itself should run a loss in exhuming those bodies. But if they feel we can allow the Lesotho government or the Basotho to come and exhume their bodies, can we be given permission to do so?
And if the Minister of Mines in South Africa says it's too dangerous to go underground right now because the mine is full of methane gas, are you still just as determined to come and try this out?
It is among the pleas that the government has made, because the Basotho are saying, yes, they are our brothers, we are willing to take a risk in helping them or help exhuming those bodies. We know it's dangerous, but we can do it, you can try it. That's what they're saying. Not that the government is supporting the illegal miners, not at all, not any cost. But the Basotho are saying, if the government is allowed, the Lesotho government is allowed by the South African government and the mining institution to go there, exhume the bodies, they can do that. They can take the risk. That's why the government say now, can we make a plea to the South African government and the mining institution?
All right. Mr. Mabote, let me ask you to just do this for me. Don't drop the line, because I want you to listen exactly to the words of Minister Gwede Mantashe, the Minister of Mines here in South Africa. This is what he had to say a little earlier.
When we met the Minister of Lesotho in the mining in Ndaba, we said, let's have this thing on the table. He ran for cover. We have not had that discussion. He is not keen to have it. And we'll still put the proposal. But the reality of the matter, this incident, more than any other incident, has confirmed our view that this thing of illegal miners is actually economic sabotage. It is war on our economy, and therefore those who die there are almost like soldiers dying on combat.
So two very strong statements from Mr. Mantashe there. Let's start with the one where he says the Minister of Mines in Lesotho is refusing to have a conversation with his counterpart in South Africa about how to deal with illegal mining in order to avoid the deaths of so many Lesotho nationals on South African soil. Why is he refusing to have that conversation?
I understand from what he just said, Honorable Mantashe, that they met at mining in Ndaba. I don't know what was the meeting all about, but I don't think the minister was refusing to talk about the illegal miners, as illegal immigrants to South Africa had been an issue between the two countries. President Ramaphosa and the Prime Minister, Honorable Matekane, had been talking about this. That is why the Home Affairs, both from countries, had been talking about and trying to find amicable solution on how that can be controlled, because it has been an issue for a long time, not only today. It has been raised in different meetings and different platforms about illegal Basotho that are staying in South Africa.
The issue, Mr. Mabote, is not illegal Basotho that are in South Africa. Yes, that is part of the problem. The specific issue here has to do with illegal mining. The Minister of Mines in South Africa is very clear that I tried to have a conversation with my Lesotho counterpart, and his words are he ran for cover. Basically, he refused.
Yeah, we'll have to find a way or find the reason of why the minister refused to do that. But I think the issue has been at a table for a very long time. Not only the Minister of Mining, but now since the minister raised that issue, I think it will have to be discussed at another platform and find the solution regarding that. Because it has been a problem for a very long time. Not only illegal Basotho, but specifically illegal miners.
Well, here's the much stronger element. that comes from Mr. Mantashe, and that is that he's now effectively accusing your government of being engaged in economic sabotage because of this illegal mining that is ongoing. How do you respond to that?
I do disagree with him regarding that one, because those are illegal miners. Then for illegal practices that are being done, now as if he's accusing the government, yet the government is not supporting any illegal activity. No sabotage at all. It's just that we want the support from the South African government to exhume those bodies, come buried by their families. No loss, no sabotage at all. And again, we continue to teach our people that it's illegal to go migrate and stay in another country without documents that are being regulated regionally and globally.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you the basis. I'll tell you the basis for why Mr. Mantashe is saying that. In fact, he uses the example of the Highlands water project. That project is South Africa having gone to Lesotho, had discussions about this country, South Africa, needing water, and Lesotho has water in abundance, and so there is a legal process to now build a pipeline that is going to bring water into South Africa. He says this is done legally, and this is something that the two governments have engaged on. When it comes to illegal mining, this is where the problem is, because it says your government is refusing to engage the South African government, and that's why he then uses the strong language of economic sabotage. Do you disagree with him again?
I totally disagree with him regarding the mining industry on the economic sabotage. Not at all that the government will be planning the sabotage against South Africa. Lesotho has been contributing in a way back into the mining industry in South Africa. Very long time they contributed. There is no way the government will send someone to sabotage that government. We have mines that we still have to work on and put them at a level that they can compete with other mining.
Mr. Mabote, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay, all right. So the final word from Lesotho is that you deny vehemently that the Lesotho government is aware of illegal mining by your nationals in South Africa, but that you're choosing to turn a blind eye to it.
Not at all, we have turned a blind eye. It's only that this issue took longer than enough to arrive to a relevant ministry. It was raised by through the right channel that we found, and we learned that as the government of Lesotho that there are illegal miners that are dead, and it's over a month now. Then following legal rules and notifying the colleague, I don't think it's somehow a sabotage or trying to practice anything that could harm the economy of the two countries. But we informed the relevant ministers through right channels that the two countries communicate through. All
right. Thank you very much. That's Thapelo Mabote. He is the spokesperson from the office of the Prime Minister in Lesotho. Very clear, and that is that all that they want, no matter how dangerous the situation is, they would still like for the South African government to allow their nationals to come to South Africa and get into that mine where it is said right now it is full of methane gas. But they are very clear that they will find a way to retrieve the bodies of the people of Lesotho.